Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. Corinthos stood alone on the Metro Court balcony, the wind tugging at her golden hair. Her eyes were fierce, watching the city she'd fought for, bled for. She'd lost so much, her hotel was under federal investigation, her relationships fractured, and her future uncertain. But she wasn't ready. Twofold, not now. Jason Morgan's voice echoed in her mind. If you're going to go down, go out swinging. It was exactly what she intended to do. With Sonny tangled in another of Ava's twisted webs and Drew still cold from his prison ordeal, Carly was done waiting for someone to rescue her. She reached for her phone, her thumb hovering over a name she hadn't called in years. Lorenzo Alcazar, the man she swore she'd never deal with again. But desperate times required desperate allies. At Pizzulo's, Sonny Corinthos stood at the head of the table. His loyal few gathered Dex, Brick, and Diane. His coffee sat untouched. The usual fire in his eyes had dimmed, replaced by doubt. Ava Jerome had inserted herself too far into his life again, stirring up memories of betrayal he thought were buried. Now, word had spread. Someone inside the organization was leaking intel to the feds. He slimmed his fist down. "We've got a rat." Dex's jaw clenched. "You think it's me?" Sonny didn't answer. The silence said everything. Diane leaned forward. "If the feds have what I think they do, this isn't just about RICO charges. They want to dismantle your entire legacy." Sonny's voice dropped to a whisper. "Let them try. If I'm going down, I'm taking everyone with me." He looked out the window, past the city skyline. He had built an empire. If it burned, it would do so in flames so big, the entire town would remember. In her office, Devane stared at the sealed manila envelope on her desk. Inside was the result of an internal investigation, the name of the mole inside the WSB that had leaked her case files. She wasn't sure she wanted to know. Since Valentine left town, her life had felt unanchored. The walls were closing in. Her enemies were circling, and her allies dwindling. And now she faced a choice: protect the agency, or protect herself. As she opened the envelope, her heart stopped. The name on the file: Jordan Ashford. Anna's lips parted, but no sound escaped. Jordan had been her confidant, her sister in arms. Could it be real, or was she being played again? She picked up the phone. "Commissioner Ashford, I need you to come to my office. Now." Outside, lightning cracked the sky. At the gallery, Trina Robinson stood in front of a new installation, a chaotic swirl of black, red, and silver paint. The artist had called it Truth Bleeds. It echoed what she felt inside. Spencer was gone, vanished to Europe after his mother's unexpected return, leaving behind nothing but a letter and promises he hadn't kept. She was tired of waiting, tired of being the one left behind. Just then, Jocelyn walked in, her expression stormy. "You see the news?" Joss asked. Trina shook her head. "Victor's estate is being reopened. Some kind of secret will reading. And guess who's invited?" Trina's heart sank. "Spencer." Joss nodded. "And you." Before she could speak, Trina's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. The Cassadines left more than lies. "Be ready." Her hands trembled. Maybe this wasn't over after all. Michael Corinthos paced the Quartermain living room. Willow stood near the fireplace, her arms crossed. "You're making a mistake," she said. "I'm protecting our family," he replied sharply. He had uncovered evidence tying Sonny to a new shipment, one not just illegal, but deadly. Tainted opioids, masked as medication, making their way through hospitals. If Sonny touched this, even by accident, the feds would destroy him. Willow pleaded, "But at what cost? Michael, he's your father." "No," he said coldly. "He stopped being my father the moment he chose his empire over us." He picked up the file and called, "Robert Scorpio. I'm ready to testify." Ava Jerome sat in her penthouse, swirling wine, her thoughts moving faster than the clock. She had played both sides before, but this time the stakes were nuclear. She had Sonny wrapped just tightly enough. But she also had Nicholas alive, barely, hidden in a Cassadine clinic, waiting for orders. And now Carly was making moves. Dangerous ones. Her phone buzzed. "Carly, we need to talk. No guards, no games, roof, midnight." Ava's lips curled. "Oh darling. You're finally ready to fight." She slipped on her coat and grabbed the pearl-handled revolver hidden in her drawer. One never knows when a rooftop meeting might end in blood. Nina Reeves stared into the mirror in the Crimson office. Her face was flawless, her lipstick perfect, but inside, she was crumbling. Her sec report had backfired. Carly and Drew might walk free, and she'd lose everything. She had tried to climb too fast, take too much. And now the house of cards was falling. Maxie burst in. "You need to see this." She handed her a tablet. On the screen, a breaking news alert. Nina dropped the tablet. Everything was unraveling. At midnight, the rooftop of the Metro Court was cold and quiet. Carly arrived first. Ava came moments later. "You armed?" Carly asked. Ava smiled. "Of course, aren't you?" Carly nodded. "What's this about?" Ava said, pretending disinterest. Carly walked to the edge. "You've poisoned Sonny. You've helped tear my family apart. But here's the thing, I'm not going to let you win." Ava laughed. "And what's your plan?" "Exactly. Push me off the roof." Carly took a step forward. "I'm not here to fight. I'm here to warn you. There's a storm coming, and you're on the wrong side of it." Suddenly, an explosion rocked the floors below. Flames shot up from the restaurant level. Alarms blared. Ava's wineglass shattered. Carly's eyes widened. "The kitchen," she whispered. "That's where Jason used to." Another explosion followed. The building shook. Ava stumbled. Carly grabbed her arm. "Not today, Ava," she shouted. "We both go down swinging, or we both walk away." Together, they raced for the stairs. Outside the chaos, a figure stood in the shadows. Leather jacket, blue jeans, familiar stance. He watched as smoke poured from the Metro Court. Sirens wailed in the distance. He pulled out a burner phone and dialed. "It's me. Phase 1's done. Tell Carly I'm not dead. But I'm not the same, either." He ended the call and disappeared into the night. By morning, Port Charles was a war zone. The Metro Court was charred. Michael's testimony had reached the DA's desk. Jordan and Anna faced off in a public showdown. And Spencer Cassadine had returned with an infant in his arms and a scar across his cheek. But the biggest shock came during a live press conference. Nina, defiant, despite the backlash, stood behind a podium. "I've made mistakes," she said. "But I did what I did for love." A reporter shouted, "Do you regret exposing Carly?" Nina hesitated, then smiled bitterly. "Regret is for the weak." In the back of the crowd, Carly watched with Jason by her side. "You ready?" he asked. She nodded. "Let's swing."